Good morning. How are you this morning? Think about something for me, will you? A scale of 1 to 10. What frequency is your joy this morning? You'll notice I didn't say happiness. Joy is full on, like audacious happiness. Joy is really big. So if you're thinking about your joy level this morning, what is it? Is it a 1 or a 2? What number are you at? I asked some friends on Facebook this morning what their level was, and the first person to answer said she's a 10. She was reflecting on the death of the Pope today, and she said that she was very privileged to, at one point in time in her life, be in his presence, and she said the memory of him left an overwhelming presence of joy that was a 10 on a scale of 1 to 10. So your joy frequency. Joy is a big word, right? I want to tell you a story about how I was able to raise my joy frequency many years ago. I had gone through a terribly painful divorce, and I had moved into a new apartment for me, and it had a little balcony. And outside of the balcony was a pond. This was, by the way, this was in Ohio, to give you the setting. And every morning I would sit on that balcony, overwhelmed with trauma, overwhelmed with feeling the disaster, the mess I thought I had made of my life at that point in time, which in retrospect, I didn't make a disaster. I actually was just moving out of a situation that was not healthy. Okay, so back to the balcony. Religiously, I would go out and sit on that balcony every morning. Why? Because there were these Canadian geese, and these geese would fly in with the most beautiful grace, fly in and land on this little pond right outside my apartment. And I could hear their sounds, the sound of the Canadian geese. I'm not even going to try to replicate it, but hopefully in your memory you can pull it up and think about the sound of beautiful Canadian geese as they land in a pond. So I would listen to that every morning with my cup of coffee. And I didn't realize it at the time, but it was kind of a meditation where I just let my heart become one with the sound of the Canadian geese. And I experienced that same filled up heart this morning as I was sitting in my hot tub listening to all the birds. And when I went out to my hot tub this morning, I didn't think to myself, okay, I'm going to experience nirvana. I'm going to experience pure bliss this morning. Nope. I just went out to my hot tub this morning while the moon was still out and the stars were still out. And I just sat there in the silence, but it wasn't silent for very long. The birds started singing like one at a time until it was like a whole symphony of birds. And then to my right, over my right shoulder, I heard a dove cooing in the bush. So it was a whole bunch of beautiful songbirds singing all kinds of different songs. And then on top of it was the beautiful undertone of the soft cooing of the dove, which was so beautiful. And it's Monday morning right now. And when I went out there, I thought, okay, how do I hook into joy this morning? I certainly don't feel it. It's Monday morning. I got a lot of stuff to do, blah, blah, blah. But before you know it, I am just sitting there meditating, listening to the sound of the birds. And it occurred to me that these birds are a full-on 10 on a scale of 1 to 10 joy frequency. They don't know any better. Have you ever noticed, like if you went to a funeral and you're standing there at a gravesite, how even though somebody that you loved or somebody in your family has just passed away, birds still singing. They're still at a 10, full-on joy. They don't know any better. So back to my hot tub. I was sitting there. This is going to sound maybe a little bit weird, but I don't care. I kind of became one with the sound of the birds, and I let my heart blend in with the sound of the birds. So yeah, I was bringing in the sound of the birds singing into my heart, and I was crying. Not like sobbing, but like I had a lump in my throat, tears in my eyes, like, oh my God, I feel so much love just from the sound of the birds. So maybe I'm making it sound too easy, but kinda sometimes it is that easy. It's tuning into the frequency of joy. And birds, listening to birds, is a great way to sink in and experience the presence of joy, the sound of joy. Birds don't know any different. All they know is one level, a 10. So what level are you at this morning? There's no right or wrong. Feel free to leave me a comment, and please do subscribe and follow. And I promise as the days go by, I will have makeup on at some point in time instead of makeup from the night before. And I am buying a selfie stick that will regulate my movement and it won't be bouncing all over the place. So please do follow, subscribe, and we're just going to keep talking about joy until you feel it in your bones.